essay. I will assign it a band score at the end of the video, and I will give personalized feedback and tips for improvement. I will identify the various mistakes the writer has made while writing the essay so that the mistakes may be avoided in the future. So, this is the IELTS criteria on the basis of which I will be evaluating the essay. So as you know, the first criteria is task achievement or response. Then it is coherence and cohesion. Then lexical resource, which is the depth and breadth of grammar or vocabulary. And finally, it's grammatical range and accuracy. So all these four criteria have a maximum score of 9, and eventually the final band score will be also given out of 9 points. If you want me to evaluate your essay, then you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, which is showing on the screen, or my email address, or you may drop a comment on this video and I will get back to you and you may get your essay evaluated. So let's move on. Now, this is the essay, The Merits of Foreign Language Education. This is the type of essay in which the writer has to take a clear stance about where they stand. They have to talk about the benefits of foreign language education. They may mention one or two drawbacks, but the focus should be on identifying benefits in order to gain or score high on task achievement criteria. So the essay is in front of you. If you want to read it, you may pause the video now. But I will be showing you one by one each paragraph, and I will highlight the mistakes in each paragraph and discuss the mistakes with you. So let's move on to the remaining portion of the essay. These are the next two paragraphs. It is a bit long. I think it's going to probably exceed 250 words. Usually the requirement is for 250 words. So if you want to read this portion, then you may pause the video or else I'm moving forward. Okay, so let's dig into it. This is the first paragraph, the introduction. Three major errors are visible in this paragraph, and I have highlighted them. Let's look at them one by one. Nowadays, there are many schools teaching international language to young students. Okay, so the right adjective to describe language over here is foreign language. A language that is not your native language, it's a unknown language or a new language for you, that is called a foreign language. And the use of plural, it should be languages. The noun should be plural because we're talking about languages in general, or several languages are being taught in school, so we will use the plural of the noun. While there is a drawback of burden of study on pupils. So over here the sentence sounds cumbersome. A quick tip for you, if you want to check whether you have written something correctly, then you should also read it out loud. So when you read it, it's possible that when you hear what you have written, chances of catching an error are higher. So over here, as you can see, there are too many prepositions. So it's a very cumbersome construction. A better alternative would be to say the drawback of increased study burdens. Uh, then the next part, I, however, believe there are more benefits of learning foreign what? The noun is missing. So although the adjective is there, the noun itself is missing. Foreign languages should be there. So the benefits are also mentioned, which is a good thing. Then moving on, the first body paragraph. On the one hand, the drawback of learning foreign language at younger age. At a younger age. So an article is missing over there. Then we have, for instance, students in primary schools already might have the burden of studying literature, numerical, and subject like science to their early school life. Okay, so numerical is not a field of study, it is not a domain of knowledge. It is a type of question that needs to be solved using numbers. So a better alternative to numerical would be mathematics or numeracy or quantitative subjects. That would be a better alternative. And subject like science, over here also the noun needs to be in plural form because we're talking about subjects in general. Subjects and like sciences, we are actually giving an example. So it should be subjects. Furthermore, children may also take physical activity classes, that their body may get tired, that the strength of doing homework is constrained to performing only the homework of other main subjects. So this is a very, very cumbersome sentence. It sounded wrong, and the mistake is that not only is it a run-on sentence, it also incorporates passive voice incorrectly. Okay, so I will tell you the alternative of this as we move forward. We will talk about the summary of, I will give you a summary of all the errors that were there, the main errors. So we will talk about the alternative to this cumbersome construction at that point. So let's move forward. The next paragraph. On the other hand, I believe learning other native language may be beneficial. You cannot learn another native language. Native language is your mother tongue, so there is always, by definition, one native language. So if you want to learn another language, then it would be a foreign language. Okay, so native should be replaced by foreign. One is learning foreign at a young age. Okay, so again, foreign language over here is missing. Again, the noun is missing. It needs to be added. One is learning foreign language at a young age. The word is also wrong. Uh, is not required over there. One, learning foreign languages at a young age may provide opportunities in reading. Okay, so that is the right sentence. One, learning foreign languages at a young age may provide opportunities in reading international novel and intonations. Okay, it needs to be novels for one, because we're talking about several, we are talking about something in general, so the noun needs to be plural. So this seems to be a consistent mistake being made by the writer. They are not sure of when to use singular and when to use a plural of a noun. And another thing, international novel and intonation. So this combination is strange because reading is one thing and intonation actually is a part of speaking. Okay, so novels are read and intonations are spoken. So this is also a very strange combination. This may result in pupil advancing. So this may result in pupil advancing. Okay, so this writer, they need to study a bit about modal verbs. So this is a weak area that they have. Furthermore, learning foreign may improve pupil speaking foreign language ability. Okay, so learning foreign languages or learning a foreign language may improve pupils' foreign language speaking ability, not speaking foreign language ability. Foreign language will come first and then speaking will come first, because the ability is actually speaking. The ability is not foreign language. So speaking has to come after the phrase of foreign language. And the word language itself is missing in the second last line. So two major errors in this small portion of writing, in this small piece of writing. Okay, so towards the end, to sum up, although studying foreign language at primary educational institutes might be steady burden over young pupils. So burden on young pupils, it might be a study burden on young pupils. Okay, so I've not highlighted that mistake separately because already the right side of the screen is quite busy. But the mistake is that although studying a foreign language at primary educational institutes might be a study burden over, or rather on, young pupils, it however might be more beneficial to learn foreign language, other language at primary school. Okay, so there's unnecessary repetition here. Redundancy is there. Okay, it may be more beneficial to learn a foreign language at primary school. Okay, so other language, this phrase itself is redundant. Okay, let's come to the end. Therefore, I believe there are more benefits than drawbacks to learning foreign languages. Okay, so while learning is not right, to learning foreign languages or to learning a foreign language. Okay, so let's see. This is the summary of errors. If you want to go from a lower band score, in fact, this band score will be even lower than 6.5. In order to reach an 8 band score, how would you make the replacements? What would be the replacements of various erroneous phrases? So, learning foreign is, I think this mistake was repeated 3 times. So, the noun was consistently missing. The writer does not realize that they forget to write the subject of the sentence. The noun is usually the subject of the sentence. Okay, so learning foreign languages or acquiring a second language is another alternative. Numerical, like I said, it is not a domain of study. Mathematics or quantitative subjects is a better replacement. Pupil speaking foreign language ability, so clunky noun, string, cumbersome construction. So you may replace it with pupils, conversational fluency, or spoken language proficiency, or minimum. The word speaking will come after foreign language. So pupils, apostrophe, foreign language speaking abilities. Okay, this is the minimum change that is required, but a better alternate would be, which is showing on the screen, conversational fluency or spoken language fluency. Then we have drawback of burden of study on pupils. So too many prepositions. A better phrasing would be the drawback of increased study burden. Then this long cumbersome phrase, if you remember, I had said I will point it out later. It had passive voice wrongly used. It was a run-on sentence, so it was quite messy. It was so messy it was hard to understand what was being said. That the body may get tired. That the strength of doing homework is constrained to performing. So very cumbersome construction. You may replace it with leaving them physically exhausted and with limited energy for main subject assignments. Okay, so this is more easy to understand, more succinct, and there is more clarity in this phrase. Then we have this may results in pupil advancing. So again, results should be replaced with result. This may result in pupils advancing. So this is another error. So two errors that are quite glaring. One, that the writer kept missing the nouns and then they did not know whether to use a noun as a singular or a plural. So that is a glaring mistake. So I would give this band score on each criteria. For task achievement, I would give 6. In lots of places, there was lack of clarity, so the point was not clear. Then coherence and cohesion, I would give 6. Coherence was greatly compromised because of the passive voice incorrect use, because of run-on sentences, okay, because of cumbersome construction, so I would give it a 6. Lexical resource was very weak. The grammar was, and the understanding of the words and the meanings and the nuances was weak. So they were not, the writer was not clear about the difference between a native language and an international language and a foreign language. They did not know that intonations mean speaking. So their vocabulary is weak, so I would give it a 5.5. Finally, grammar and accuracy with which the grammar was used, that is also weak. It's the weakest area. I would give it a 5. Because of missing articles, there were uh, singular nouns, plural nouns, that was an issue. And sentence construction was an issue in several places. So I would give this essay an overall band score of 5.5. The mistakes I have already highlighted. If you want me to evaluate your essay, then you may contact me on my WhatsApp number, or you may send me an email, or you may comment on this video. If you like this video, if you found it useful, then please uh, like it, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and do comment what you found useful or what you did not find useful. So thank you very much for watching. Take care. Best of luck for your next IELTS attempt.